So, okay, so we're recording in a new place because Southern California winds have kicked up and there's just no recording outside right now. So we're inside. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's video is going to be on self-worth, but probably not what you're thinking. Self-worth is really only something that you can actually determine. It's not something like that I can do. I don't know you. Actually, what we're going to be talking about is closely related to one of my favorite Jedi quotes of all time, and it comes from Qui-Gon Jinn in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and it says, "Your focus determines your reality." And that's basically what we're going to be talking about, because I think a lot of people kind of get tied up in what they've been through, and they allow those things to determine their self-worth. So a lot of people come to the Jedi path and they're thinking about being a Jedi, but they don't think they deserve it. They think that because they face dark moments in life, because they've had bad events, that somehow they are a bad person or don't deserve to be a Jedi. And that's just ridiculous. Meaning, when you've gone through a really bad situation, you start to view yourself as a bad person. You tie bad events to your self-worth. Because you've experienced some really horrible things, you start to think you're a horrible person. And that's just not the case. As life moves forward, we experience ups and downs, and there's a lot of things that are outside of our control, and sometimes we just make boneheaded decisions that lead us to some pretty bad situations. But that doesn't actually reflect on your self-worth. That doesn't say whether or not you are a good or bad person. And it's important to remember. And it ties into that quote in the sense of you have to keep your focus on where you're going, on where you are and where you are going. You have to be present in the moment, but you also have to kind of keep an eye on to where you're working towards and where you're moving towards. The problem here is a lot of people tie this into like the misuse of karma, or the idea that you get what you deserve. So if you've experienced bad things in life, if you've made some poor decisions in life, that this is what you deserve and this is what you get. So when you experience something bad, it's because you are a bad person, and this is some sort of karmic justice, some sort of universal law. But that's not the reality. The reality is that life is absolutely fair in that it doesn't give a crap about anybody. Okay, like everybody experiences good moments and bad moments. No one has just a straight line, right? That it's just straight and there's no ups and downs. Everybody has their ups and downs, okay? That happens to all. It doesn't have to stay that way, and just because something bad happens has no bearing on you as an individual. It has no bearing on your self-worth. Okay, so when something great happens, it's not because you're a great person. When something bad happens, it's not because you're a bad person. That's the main point here, and that's something that a lot of people deal with. Yeah, I mean, simply put, it's just because great things happen to you doesn't make you a great person. Just because bad things happen to you doesn't make you a bad person. This applies to everyone, okay? It's not about deserves, it's not about karma, it's not about, life being fair or unfair. All it is that things happen. Sometimes we make bad decisions. Sometimes things happen that are way out of our control because someone else made a bad decision. That's life. It happens to all of us. What you can do is you can have full control of you and your choices and your actions and reactions. So determine who you want to be, and then start working towards there. When something happens, remember, it's not a reflection of your self-worth. You get to determine your self-worth. I hope you have a really good value of yourself, because your time is important. Like, I'm very grateful that you have chosen to invest your time watching these videos. That's great to me, and I understand the investment, and that's important. So I value your time. You should definitely value your time. Definitely don't spend it on bad or negative things. These things do happen, but they are not a reflection of your self-worth. So that wraps up our video. Thank you for watching. As always, feel free to check out all our links and social media and stay tuned and all that stuff in the description below. May the force be with you.